Okay, these are our practice problems that I want you guys to try before you move on to your homework. Please try them before you watch the video. If you want, you can try one of them, watch the video to see if you got the correct answer on that one, then hit pause and move on to the next one. But I'd prefer if you guys would try them and correct any mistakes that you make. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Especially right now, it's the best time to make your mistakes and learn from them. So if you haven't done number 1 yet, please go ahead and hit pause, then try to do number 1 before you hit play again. Alright, number 1, I have a base, exponent, and exponent. This is the first property that we learned today because I have an exponent after parentheses before another exponent. Basically, I have a power raised to a power. These are the ones where I keep my base the same and I multiply my two exponents together. 4 times 2 means my answer here would be x to the 8th power. If you have not done number 2, please press pause and try number 2. Alright, number 2 is the second property that we learned today. I have 3 different things that I'm multiplying together inside the parentheses and raising those parentheses to the power of 3. This is where I have to apply that exponent to every single term inside these parentheses. So the 2 is raised to the 3rd power, the A is raised to the 3rd power, and the B is raised to the 3rd power. We're not completely simplified until I have no zero exponents, no negative exponents, and also any base that is a number, like 2, is simplified out completely, which means I need to simplify 2 to the 3rd power. That means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. A to the 3rd power, B to the 3rd power. I can't simplify anymore because A and B are different bases, so I'm done. If you haven't done number 3 yet, please press pause, complete number 3 before you hit play to check your answer. Number 3 is actually a combination of the 2 concepts from today. The first thing I want to recognize is that this exponent is outside the parentheses, and I'm multiplying 2 things together inside the parentheses. That means that I have to apply this as an exponent to both terms in the parentheses. So again, the 2 is raised to the 3rd power, but this time I also have to raise w to the 2nd to the 3rd power. So I'm going to continue using parentheses there. 2 to the 3rd power we saw in the problem before is 8. This is the first property today now, so I have to use multiple properties at once. W to the 2nd to the 3rd, exponent to an exponent means I multiply and get w to the 6th power. That's as simplified as this problem can get. If you haven't done so, complete number 4, press pause before you work on it, and play after you're done. For number 4, this first term is simplified. So I'm just going to bring the first part down, 3y to the 2nd power. It's the second term that I still have to work on. The second term I have to apply the 3 as an exponent to the 2, so I'm multiplying by 2 to the 3rd power and y to the 3rd power. Then it becomes something we worked on yesterday. I can group this in any way I want. 3 times 2 to the 3rd power times y to the 2nd power times y to the 3rd power. 2 to the 3rd power is 8. 3 times 8 is 24. Y to the 2nd power times y to the 3rd power. The difference between this problem and the problem up here is that I have the base written twice. It's the same base written twice. That's when we add our exponents. When we have one base, like in number 1, and 2 exponents, we multiply. 2 bases and 2 exponents, we add. So it becomes 24y to the 5th power. Press pause and try number 5, please. Number 5 is very similar to number 3. The 4 has to get raised to the 2nd power, and z to the 5th gets raised to the 2nd power. 4 to the 2nd power is not 8. It's 4 times 4, or 16. One base and two exponents. I multiply those exponents. 16z to the 10th power. Press pause before starting number 6. And our last one. We look at each of these separate terms. That's simplified, that's not. So my first step, I bring down 2g to the 4th power times 5g to the 7th power. And I apply the 2 as an exponent to the 3 and as an exponent to the g. Now I rearrange everything. Group it. 2 times 5 times 3 squared. 2 times 5 times 3 squared is 9. And then I will group the g to the 4th times g to the 7th times g to the 2nd power. So times g to the 4th times g to the 7th times g to the 2nd power. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 9 is 90. G to the 4th times g to the 7th times g to the 2nd. I'm multiplying, but they're 3 different bases. I keep my base the same, add my exponents. 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. 90g to the 13th power. Okay, you're done with the notes for today. The homework that's due tomorrow is on page 436, numbers 10, 11, 14, 16, 20, 22, 23, 30 through 33, 43, 49, and 51.